Hello, this is Scott Hulse.
And Elise Gamson.
And every year, high school students go to Camp Orkila to become counselors. Let's go to Patrick Scholl for more information.
Last week, students came back from Camp Orkila and we asked about their experiences.
My Camp Orkila experience, it was pretty good. It felt pretty nice to go back and just be on Orcas Island for about a week. It made me feel like kind of like a little bit of a kid again, but yeah, all in all, it was pretty great.
My experience at Camp Orkila, it was so much fun being a counselor. I loved getting to know my kids and teaching them and just being a mentor to them. It was so much fun.
Be fun, but be assertive. Just make sure your kids follow the rules that you have in place, but then don't let them just run wild and do what they want to.
Get a watch, make sure you're on time, and it can get kind of stressful, so just make sure you kind of like take a moment.
My advice to future counselors would be to just be a support system to them, like while you're at camp, because for some of them it's their first time being away from home.
Sounds like they had a lot of fun this year, and they gave good advice to next year's counselors. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Patrick. Hopefully this advice will help future counselors. Now let's go over to Walter Constanza with a story on Power Hour talent shows.
Hi, my name is Walter Constanza, and today you will be seeing a story on the Power Hour talent show.
It was good. I was more happy than I was nervous. Well, I was kind of scared before I actually came here. I practiced actually yesterday. I was like, actually after that practice, I was more confident in myself.
This is one of my favorite times for Power Hour because I had students who said, Mrs. Carlton, let's do a talent show at the start of the year. And so finally pulled it enough together to make sure we had the logistical stuff, and I absolutely love it.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, I perform all the time. Like I do Woolly Idol and all of like the singing things like that, and it makes me happy, and I see how it makes the audience happy, and so it was just really fun.
Anyone can sign up. It's for any type of act. It's for singing, for poem reading, for playing the piano, for guitar singing, for if folks just wanted to sing and sign, like I absolutely love it because it's a way for our students to showcase their talents.
And that's all for this story. Back to you guys.
Power Hour talent shows sound like a great opportunity for anyone who has a talent to show. Now here's the story about 13 Reasons Why, a new popular Netflix sensation.
Hi, my name is Primo Martinez, and I will be covering the story of 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why is a story about a girl who commits suicide, but before she commits suicide, she records 13 tapes, which is 13 reasons why she committed that action. We went around the school asking students why they decided to watch the show, why they think the show is a big hit, and if the show in any way was an eye-opener.
I decided to watch 13 Reasons Why because it had become really popular and all of my friends watched it, and I wanted to see what it was about, and it looked interesting.
All of my friends were recommending it to me, and I just got on Netflix and I watched it.
I thought that it looked interesting and that I watched like trailers before the show came up, so I was like really hyped for it.
My TA, Rachel Moore, forced me to watch such a show.
Why do you think 13 Reasons Why is so big?
I think it deals with a lot of really heavy themes that a lot of kids our age don't tend to think about.
Because it's relatable to what's going on currently with people's lives, and people can just relate to it because it's personal.
It's covering a heavy topic, and it's never been an easy topic to talk about. Often suicide is something that we hide, or we try not to talk about because people believe that it's just a cry for attention, which it is, but at the same time we need to listen to that cry.
I think that it's so big because it's a really real show that people have these experiences, and that it doesn't like beat around the bush with things like the scenes that it shows. It's not something that's like not happy. It's not happy at all.
Was this show an eye-opener for you?
For sure. I look at people, I don't want to say differently, but I look at people with the eye, like, what can I do? Can I say hi to you? Can I give you a hug? Like, what will make you feel better?
Yes and no. Yes, because I went through personal experiences both with myself and friends that have gone through stuff like this. And then no, because you can think it's a joke, something you say, and you can be sarcastic about it, but other people can take it personally.
Not exactly. While I think it's a good attempt and I think it's good to bring attention to the fact that there are a lot of suicides happening with teenagers all over the country, I think it was kind of a failed attempt, honestly. I don't think it portrayed like depression accurately, and I think the message got lost in the romanticization, that's a word, of like teen love. So yeah.
I was a little shocked that through this whole entire season, there was no drop of a suicide helpline. When Saved by the Bell did a similar episode, they at the beginning and end of their episode had the actors say, if you are or someone you know is trying to hurt themselves, please call and get help. And I think that it is one thing to get it known and put it out there for people to see. It's another thing to do the preventative measures to help those people that are dealing with depression so that they know where they can get the help they need.
13 Reasons Why has been viewed by so many students at the school that Ms. Carlton made a call to all parents addressing the new Netflix series. 13 Reasons Why has many sensitive topics such as substance abuse, bullying, sexual assault, and teen suicide. Ms. Carlton also encourages students to go talk to the counselors if they need help. This has been our story on 13 Reasons Why. Now back to you.
What a compelling story. Man, the parking lot has been really full this year.
Yeah, let's learn more.
This time of year, the parking lot has been really full. We asked admin and students how they feel about this dilemma, and these were their replies.
It's like my class, there was only like a couple sophomores that drove, and then like now everyone the sophomore gets their license either halfway through the year or in the beginning, and it makes it so the parking lot is so full, and it's just really annoying. I think that the parking lot should be bigger and the parking spaces should be wider because people don't know how to park, and if like you can't do that, I think they should assign parking spaces, like not for just seniors but like everyone, so everyone can get their spot.
Well, more kids get like their license in the middle of the year, like their birthdays, and so like way in the back 40 or like by the portables.
Not quite, and I think that has to do with a lot of kids having their birthdays and turning 16, starting to be able to drive more. Just expand the available spaces that we could use to park.
It starts getting full, especially around halfway through the year and towards the latter part. Yeah, it's usually as the year goes on. At the beginning of the year, it's not as bad because a lot of sophomores don't have their license. There's usually always some spots available in the parking lot. They're just really far and people don't want to park that far. Every time I go out towards the tennis courts, there's always some spots out there. People just complain about having to walk. I think parking overall could benefit from more spots, but if people were willing to just park in appropriate places and take the time to walk, it would still be fine.
As you can see, there is no real solution to this problem. We will just have to wait till next year when there are less drivers.
Recently, the school has created passports due to students abusing Power Hour. Now there is a possibility of it being taken away altogether. We asked a few students and staff on their thoughts on this and how useful they find Power Hour.
So for today's Power Hour, I went to Expadden and I got some help there because I need a little bit more help in English, and she helped me out a lot.
I just want to start with, I love Power Hour as an option for our students, and so do our teachers, because it's a chance that our teachers have the ability to meet with students when they need to make up tests, quizzes, get extra help for tutoring, and so forth. And part of Power Hour design is also for students to be involved in clubs and activities, take part in open gym, and all of those things that many of our students can't do because they're involved in activities after school with sports, or possibly have to work or be at home to help take care of, maybe their younger siblings. And so that's what I absolutely love about Power Hour.
Well, Power Hour
is really useful for me because I get to get all my stuff done and all my work done on time, and if everything is done, then I can just have fun, play some card games with my friends.
I like Power Hour because it gives me an opportunity to work with my students and get them caught up when they're absent, tutor students when they need help getting caught up.
The reason why you have it is because you want students to come in and get help from the teachers. That's what it's designed for. It's a half hour of study hall every single day to get the help you need. If you get the help from the teachers, your grades should go up.
I think Power Hour is a good thing because it does help those students that do need to spend extra time at lunch getting extra work done.
If you got days that are absent, you don't show up, you can make up that work. And you got built-in time during the day for clubs because most people don't want to stay after school. If you do these two things, your grades should go up. We know that grades aren't going up because the students that need to use that time the most don't do it. Kids that get A's and B's for a living don't even need Power Hour, yet they use Power Hour, and they're the ones that have their grades up. Kids that are used to getting D's and F's, they're already in the rut of D's and F's. They're not using it.
Most of those time, those students would have been messing around at lunch anyway and are probably unhelpable. So the fact that you're punishing people by taking away Power Hour based on the actions of a few students shows that you're making rules targeted towards the worst possible minority and not the overall majority.
The more time you give them, the more time they'll waste. I got 3 reasons to keep it, 2 reasons to get rid of it. Looks like you should keep it because the kids that want to be successful use it. So let's keep helping the people who want to be successful.
For Power Hour, if it gets taken away, I'm just gonna eat lunch.
As you can see, Power Hour was created with good intentions. Everyone should take advantage of the extra time it gives us.
Well, now I know more about that. Next up, we have an interview with Kristen Garcia, who ran for the United States in Kampala, Uganda.
Hello, my name is John DeMeo, and today we have interviewed Kristen Garcia in her recent accomplishments in Uganda.
I'm Kristen Garcia. I run cross country and track. Basically, I run for a club up in Bellingham called Tesseract Running Club. I've been running with them since 7th grade. I used to run with the middle school just for fun, but I still ran with the club. And then in high school, my freshman year, I did run for the school for cross country, and it went pretty well. Mostly it was hard to, balance the two and make it work with both. So I just decided that I would run with my club all year instead of running with the school. And then my freshman year, during track, I started getting pretty good. I was pretty good before, but I started getting pretty good on a national level. And then going into my sophomore year, I was hoping to qualify for nationals in cross country, which is quite a bit harder to do than the nationals I do in track. And I did. I qualified for nationals. Only 40 people qualified, and I was 5th in my region. There are 4 regions. And I was 32nd, which was pretty good as a sophomore. So Worlds was in Kampala, Uganda, which is in Africa. And that was my first time going overseas. So there was 107 people in my race, and I got 78th, which just shows that it's really, really competitive because I'm not really used to placing that low in a race, it was kind of difficult for me to really process placing that low because I didn't think it was a very good performance just because I placed so low. But I talked to my coach, and he was reassuring me that it was actually really good because I'm only in high school, so it was really just to be there was really awesome. And it was just really tough for me mentally, especially just going in and knowing I was definitely going to be placing in the bottom half of the race. I was still able to enjoy it though, and really process what it meant to be there. So no matter, even with the result, it was just an amazing experience, and I'm so happy that I was able to, have that experience as a high schooler.
Good job, Kristen Garcia, on your recent accomplishments in Uganda. Now back to you, Scott.
Congratulations, Kristen.
Thank you for watching the KUBZ broadcast.
Tune in May 23rd for the next broadcast.